It's time to get wonderful and weird because I've got something wonderful and weird for you. Isn't that why you come here in the first place? I don't know. Everybody secretly, there's an old quote, I think it's from ancient Japan. It says, everybody secretly deep in their hearts is waiting for the world to end. Now, that might be true for most people. But for me, I believe that everybody, particularly everybody that watches this channel, secretly deep down in their heart, wants to adopt a random non-league team and become a massive fan of them, right? Like everybody secretly deep down wishes they had the time, wishes they had the devotion, wishes they had they wish that they had the ability to become a fan of this team, right? Any team in the non-league somewhere and just make it not their whole personality, but just it's fun. The idea of adopting a random club and going super hard as a fan of that random club is just fun. It's always been fun. It always will be fun. And there is somebody out there that is making a huge difference in that arena. And it's this YouTube channel, Media Inglesa. And it's not just a YouTube channel, because what this YouTube channel managed to create was this scene right here, which is a collection of over 100 Spanish fans, like from Spain, at a Harrogate Town match, and I believe the 7th tier of England. And they weren't just there. They're going nuts. So that obviously is it's electric, right? And not only that, it's not your typical English non-league crowd, right? It's bringing this extra, the Spanish nonsense to it. Not that it's nonsense. It's an excellent way to be a fan. And it is heartwarming. It's just a fun story. In fact, it got picked up by the BBC. It got picked up by The Guardian, that all of a sudden, 100 Spanish fans, over 100 Spanish fans just showed up at a Harrogate Town match to support the team. And it all has to do with La Media Inglesa. Now, the point of this YouTube channel, apparently, I've been educated by BBC and Guardian articles here, is it provides coverage of the English game and English non-league and football more broadly, obviously, for a Spanish audience. Sorry, I keep saying from Spain. If you're from Europe, that's probably obvious. But if you grow up in the United States, when you say for a Spanish audience, you're talking about Mexico, Cuba, Costa Rica, right? Like Guatemala, Honduras, right? So Spain is what we're talking about. This dude is from Spain, I believe, and at least his audience and the people he makes videos for are from Spain. And he was making all of these videos about English non-league. And at a certain point, they made the decision that they wanted to try to find one team that they could be a big fan of. And there's actually a really heartwarming, happy ending to this video. The ending of this video is not the 100 fans showing up at the match. There's something even better than that is happening now that we're going to get to. But back to the origin story. Right, they decided, I'm going to see if I can find the BBC's description of it because it was actually quite good. Our aim was to transform a small local English club into a small club with a global fan base. That's Mr. Oliarts that's saying that, who is the guy that runs this YouTube channel. After speaking to different lower league clubs, Mr. Oliart asked his subscribers which club they should link up with, and Harborough Town FC emerged as the fan's choice. Shout out to me, because I definitely said Harrogate. So even better, it's Harborough Town, which I believe is in a lower division than Harrogate is. So Harborough Town. I met people at the club in September to get to know their history, the town, and the facilities. We thought they were the perfect club with the right values to share with our audience. Harborough Town games in the 7th tier of English football will now be live streamed on the LMI YouTube channel, giving Spanish-speaking fans a chance to become virtual supporters of the club. That's awesome, right? It's one thing to hold a poll and be like, well, what team are we going to root for? Oh, Harborough Town won. That's amazing. We interviewed all these guys. It's another to go through the process of being able to live stream the Harborough Town matches on the YouTube channel. So you are now creating essentially a fan base in exile for this club, right? If you follow this YouTube channel, you're going, oh, I voted in this poll. Now I'm going to root for this team, and now I can watch all of their games. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the only 7th tier match that was globally available because it's being live streamed on YouTube. And he said he wanted to go beyond Spain, right? He said he wanted a global audience. This is, in a way, this kind of reminds me of the Wrexham story, where what you have is somebody just trying to do something different. Somebody trying to use the magic of what football is, and promotion and relegation and non-league and all of these great buzzwords and buzz concepts that, to me, make football so special, right? As somebody that comes from a world without a lot of that. Trying to enter that world and do something different, right? Kind of change it up a little bit. For Wrexham, it was, we're going to have a couple of Hollywood actors buy a team, make a documentary about trying to turn the team around. And the documentary is also about them learning the game as they try to fund the team's turnaround or whatever. And in this instance, it's, let's find a non-league club we really like, and let's all get behind them. And let's see what happens. And what's ended up happening has been great, obviously. And the first part was this group organized trip over to England in the first place. This actually isn't even the first time he's done this. In 2018, the guys started to offer organized trips to the UK to watch the different teams that they had been supporting. But this one with over 100 fans, it was different, right? And obviously they ended up, I love this picture, they ended up filling up an entire stand with Spanish fans. But the problem is, I guess this isn't a huge problem, they lost. They lost the game 2-1. But Mr. Oliard said his group was very happy with the experience. It was certainly the best trip we've had so far. We occupied a full stand and started cheering from the first second of the game. A few of the local fans joined us, and we even taught them some chants in Spanish. We didn't stop supporting the team for the entire match. They brought the energy, they brought the vibe, and they did what everybody deep down dark in their heart wants to do. They went to a random non-league match with a bunch of other homies, and they made it really fun and fantastic. But what's the long game here for Harborough Town? Obviously, teams in the 7th division are always trying to suck up every dime that's not nailed down. Non-league football is notorious for brutal financial struggles. You can basically make no money at this level. It's an arms race in trying to sign the best non-league players, and if you're not doing that, then you're losing. But if you are doing that, you're losing money. Most of the time you're doing both, right? Like it's a really tough area. So Harborough Town is sitting here feeling like they have basically hit the jackpot. Well, now Harborough Town's really hit the jackpot, because how many 7th division teams do you know that are going on a summer tour to Spain? The non-league team is going on a summer tour to Spain. They were visited in April by more than 100 Spaniards, right? They will return the favor with a visit to the Spanish capital next month to play 2 fixtures. They're going to fly out of Stansted, and they're going to play a Spanish Select 11 made up of recently released players, so kind of like a trialist group that's auditioning to get onto new Spanish teams. The following day will involve a meet and greet with fans, and the team will host an open training session, and then they play a 3rd-tier outfit, Alcorcon, in Spain, in a 5,100 capacity stadium before flying home the next day. And there are fans that are traveling into Madrid to watch this team play because they're on board. And I can't even imagine, like, for Harborough Town, the exposure, even just these articles on the BBC, the exposure, the selling point for signing players. At this level, it's about having something cool to offer players, right? I've been in a position where I've interviewed people that run clubs of this size, right? And if you have, we're going on a trip to Spain to wave in front of them, that's something most of these non-league players will never get to experience. But now you're able to offer that experience to them. That sets your club apart. That makes you different, right? That makes you stand out in a way and allows you to sign better players and make more money. Like, this is, I have to imagine the guy that runs this YouTube channel, right? The guy that runs this YouTube channel he didn't imagine it would get to this point, right? In 2018, he starts offering trips. Hey, you and a couple buddies, I'm organizing this trip to go over to England and watch this non-league game if you want to go. All of a sudden, he's filling out a whole stand at a non-league game in England. And now he's got a whole club coming over to Spain to go on tour to play a 3rd division side in Spain in a 5,000 seat stadium. I mean, potentially club-changing, life-changing stuff for this club that just happened to win a poll on this guy's YouTube channel. It is a very strange world that we live in where this sort of thing happens. And I'm honest, I think this sort of thing needs to happen more. I think more people need to be ambitious. More people need to bite off more than they can chew. More people need to try to do something like this. More people need to try to make a difference like this and see what happens. We would be in a better world if that was the case. A better footballing world, anyways. That'd be nice. I mean, what if big football YouTubers in every country were picking non-league teams? I mean, they don't even have to be in England. Pick a non-league team in your own country. Something. Right? Use this as a vessel to bring people together to have a good time, and that's what these Spanish dudes seem to be doing.